This wouldn't be my first choice, but I am a sucker for fortune cookies. You know, I thought it would be a good idea if we all talked this over. Like adults.
What do you want?
The same thing I've always wanted. To bring light into the dark. To bring life where there is death.
For all your talk of life, you sure kill a lot of people.
Luke Cage. Jessica Jones. The devil of Hell's Kitchen. The Iron Fist. I can see you've formed a bond here. But I promise you it's temporary. They will disappoint you. And if I might give you some advice, the more connections you have, the easier it will be to break you. You need to think this through. New York is so densely populated.
The only way out of here is together.
It's just a city. You'll get used to watching them fall.
Danny, light it up.
Let's go, Ironclad.
It's Iron Fist.
I know.
Hey everybody, Defenders is dropping tonight. This is going to be my non-spoilery review. I've seen the first 4 episodes. I'll start doing spoilery videos after the episodes start dropping. So if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get everything. And I will be doing a Marvel giveaway. So because this is Netflix, why don't we say for Netflix subscription? So all you have to do to enter that is just be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. But this last trailer, which I'll reference during this, actually does a good job of setting up the premise of the season. Normally, these 4 people would have no business coming together. They come from such different backgrounds. All of their personalities couldn't be more different from each other. And it's a little bit like the Avengers when they first came together. That was sort of the tagline. It's like these people are almost gods in their own individual worlds. In his neighborhood, Matt Murdock is the devil of Hell's Kitchen. He's the demon that rules that place, that criminals are afraid of. But he goes up to Harlem, where Luke Cage is from, and tries to go up against Diamondback. He would get put on his ass, especially considering that Diamondback is now probably just as superpowered as Luke Cage is. But Purple Man is another good example too. Jessica Jones is also from Hell's Kitchen, but thankfully he was a pervert and only wanted to go after women and flashy things, so Daredevil wasn't even on his radar. But thank the Marvel gods that they were able to get Sigourney Weaver, probably one of the best actresses working today, come be this very real-world New York villain that does a really good job of tying the series together. Like, she's the one thing that everybody has in common, in that she wants to take all of New York, all the different boroughs, and she sort of has her hands in the pie of each of the villains from the different series. So not only does she sort of tie the heroes together, she also ties all the villains together too. But that's largely through the Hand organization, so you've seen them a couple different times. Some of you may not be up on every single series. You don't have to watch all the TV shows before you watch Defenders. That's why, one of the complaints, especially from the first 4 episodes, is that they take a little while to spin things up. They don't get together right away, and that's because they take time to visit each of the different heroes in their own neighborhoods and let you know what they've been doing since the end of the last season of their TV series. Some of them have only had 1 season. Some people like Daredevil have had 2. Once they do come together, all the actors are fantastic. Iron Fist is even made much better by the presence of the other actors and their personalities. You've probably seen a bunch of the jokes that they make in the trailers. Jessica Jones, probably one of the funniest characters in this. She and Daredevil are still my favorites. Like, Luke Cage is amazing. Mike Coulter is great as that character, but I still like the Daredevil character a lot more. Like, I have a giant stack of Daredevil comics. Maybe I have like 10 or 20 Luke Cage comics. But part of the delight of taking their time and doing all this character work is that you get some really weird pairings that you normally wouldn't get. Like I said, all their personalities are super different. So when they come together, it just makes for some really good moments. Like I've been hyping up Daredevil and Jessica Jones together. They're one of my favorite pairs. And then obviously the pair that everybody's hoping they eventually get to is Heroes for Hire, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. If you've read the comics, it's a bit of a surprise the way they start off, or maybe it's not a surprise because they're not super best friends, and even Luke Cage said in the previous trailer, I'm not looking for any super friends. And of all of them, Iron Fist is the only one who's really thinking about the threat of the hand and them coming together. He's super jazzed up about it. But all the others scoff at it. Jessica Jones, of course, has the best reactions. She just calls bullshit on everything. Like she has that joke at the end of this trailer about Iron Fist. Come on, Ironclad. That's not my name. Oh, I totally know. She makes fun of Daredevil's costume. Luke Cage also made fun of his own costume too. So every Iron Fist meme you've ever seen, they take every opportunity to poke fun at that. And part of the fun of the series once they come together is how they react to each other, particularly Iron Fist, because his personality is so different from the other members, because pretty much all of them come from the streets. Like think about their backgrounds. They all come from nothing. They've been through these crazy tragic events. Iron Fist has spent most of his time in this very protected, sacred land of Kunlun, so even though he's been through some big trials, he's been so removed from the real world for so long that he just doesn't process things the way the others do. Like if you lived in Hell's Kitchen your entire life, you would react very differently from someone like Iron Fist, who spent his entire life training to defeat this organization. I haven't seen too many people talk about the big action set pieces, but obviously it takes them a little while to come together, so while there is a couple really cool action moments in each of the episodes leading up to the first time that they come together, the choreography is great. Even the actor that plays Iron Fist is very honest about the way he wasn't super happy about the choreography during his first season. They've largely fixed a lot of those problems. But all in all, I feel like most people are going to walk away from this being really excited, like, okay, this is awesome. We haven't gotten this in a TV show before. There have been big crossovers, like if you watch the DC TV shows, they do big crossovers every season. This is even bigger than that, and I feel like the performances are even better, but you will walk away wondering why there's only 8 episodes of this, but we sat through 13 hours of Iron Fist. So you'd be like, okay, maybe they should switch this around next time, do 8 episodes of each of the individual series and 13 episodes of Defender Season 2. And they've been really coy about what's happening next after this. There's a post-credit scene, so make sure you stick around after the last episode. And they have Punisher that's coming up in the middle of November. So once we get through Defenders, I'll start talking more about Punisher stuff. They'll start dropping more trailers. So we have a whole bunch of Marvel stuff that's coming this fall. We have Thor Ragnarok. We have an Infinity War trailer, like a genuine Infinity War trailer. And then all of Punisher. So it's going to be great. They're really subtle during Defenders with their big comic book references, so if you haven't read the Defenders comic book before, it's a little bit different. It's a different roster, and yes, it does feel very much like Daredevil Shadowland, but obviously so much has been changed from the comics before. This is built on all the other series, so of course it's very different from those other comic book arcs, but there is a lot of comic book Easter eggs sprinkled throughout. But they didn't do any specific comic book storyline. But if you're looking, you will see all those Easter eggs, and I'll try to point them out when I start posting the spoilery videos. So what I'll probably do for my next Defenders video is just a spoiler video for the first block of episodes, and then I'll break it up into 2-episode blocks, and then just depending on how many videos you guys want for each of the episodes. So I'll just listen to feedback as things roll out. But be sure to check it out as fast as possible. If you can binge it all tonight, then more power to you. But it's going to be awesome. I am generally really hyped up about the rest. Like I said, I've only seen the first 4 episodes, and I have a feeling that the stuff that I've seen is only a taste of the big crazy stuff that they're rolling out. Sigourney Weaver, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, definitely my standout favorites from the first couple of episodes, but they sort of ramp up the crazy, and they do take their time the first couple of episodes explaining the logic of what's going on with the characters, so I think that's mostly for the benefit of people that did not watch Jessica Jones, or didn't watch Daredevil, or didn't watch Luke Cage. You get the idea. But once you do have a chance to see it, let me know in the comments, what do you think of it so far? Who's your favorite characters from the first couple of episodes? And let me know in the comments if there are any special videos that you guys want me to do outside of the normal episode videos. So while you wait for everything, you can click here for more Defenders and Punisher, and you can click here for brand new Game of Thrones. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.